All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor and glory to where it's due, to Yahweh, Bahashim Yasha, Bahashim Chakadash. Giving our glory to the Almighty Yahweh, Bahashim Yasha. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us truth. Salutations to the sincere brother out there who preaches his truth and edifying the brothers while sharing diligence. And salutations to the elect scattered abroad. Today, brother, I welcome back to today with another lesson through the spirit power of Yahweh Shemshah Bashar Kadash, entitled "A Race War is Inevitable." Because, it's gonna have one people standing up to fight against another. It's prophecy, and I just wanted to get into this little article right here, and I also got a little video, another video after this one, of some Edomites people shooting up so-called black man, this man right here, and this was back in February 23rd, but I'm just now hearing about it. But back in February 23rd, and I guess they just now got charged with the murder, I guess, recently. So, without further ado.
Tonight, arrests in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Gregory McMichael and his son Travis both charged with murder and aggravated assault. This video shows the final moments of Arbery's life. The 25-year-old unarmed black man running down a street in southeast Georgia and confronted by Gregory McMichael, a former police officer, and his son Travis, who are both white and armed, before Arbery is shot dead. Today, Alan Tucker, a family friend of the McMichaels, wrote, "My sole purpose in releasing the video was absolute transparency because my community was being ripped apart by erroneous accusations and assumptions." Gregory McMichael, quoted in this police report, says he and his son believed Arbery was involved in recent home burglaries, so they followed him in their truck in an attempt to intercept him. McMichael told authorities Arbery began to violently attack Travis, and Travis fired the fatal shots. Arbery's mother says her son was just out for a jog.
He was a no ma'am, yes ma'am type of fellow. I mean, if he could help you, he would. I mean, he just was a good boy.
Everyone who conspired to hunt and kill Ahmaud Arbery can go to jail for life.
Gregory and Travis McMichael have not returned our request for comment. Today, Georgia's governor called the video horrific and expressed confidence in the investigators.
What will your office do specifically to ensure that this is a fair and thorough investigation?
I'm not going to comment on an ongoing investigation. I've told Director Reynolds to follow the facts, to follow the truth, and to administer justice.
Since the February shooting, 2 prosecutors have recused themselves from the case over potential conflicts of interest. One writing he thought the McMichaels' actions were perfectly legal, and Travis McMichael acted in self-defense in the struggle over the gun. This week, a new prosecutor called for the case to go before a grand jury. More protests planned for tomorrow, what would have been Arbery's 26th birthday. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Atlanta.
So you see, the father, as the little title right here says, it says, father and son arrested and charged with murder and death of Ahmaud Arbery. It says both men were taken into custody and faced charges of aggravated assault and murder. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation announced. And this is by NBC News. And I'm going to show the little video right here. So you see, this dude, I guess Son King, I guess he does a lot of, video, like putting videos out there of like white supremacists, I guess, and like bad cop or white cops, like, hitting on blacks and stuff, like this video. I ain't gonna show it all, but And then right here says breaking: Gregory and Travis McMichael have just been arrested for the felony murder and aggravated assault of Ahmaud Arbery. Their accomplice, William Bryan, is also being charged but has not yet been arrested. It will happen tonight. We did this. Thank each of you. So white people, jumped on the black dude, but that's not above Esau though. They just showing their true nature, man. I ain't gonna read all this. You can see him right there. I guess that's the dad and that's the father or the sons. But I ain't gonna read all this. If you wanna read it, you can get into it on your own. But I'm just gonna get maybe a paragraph or two, and then get some scriptures. So it says, a white man and his son, which is Edomites, who are accused of killing an unarmed black man in Georgia in February, have been arrested after video of the incident sparked widespread outrage. It says Gregory McMichael, 64, and Travis McMichael, 34, were arrested in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation announced both men faced charges of aggravated assault and murder. Arbery, 25, was shot to death in Brunswick, a coastal city about midway between Savannah, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida, on February 23rd as he was running through the Satilla Shores neighborhood. His family says he was out jogging, while the McMichaels claim that they thought he was a burglar. Now, who's gonna burglar a house, I guess, in the middle of the day? Or whatever. I don't even know what a burglar does. But anyway, it said video released Tuesday by attorneys by Arbery's family appears to show an altercation between a group of men before what is alleged to be a fatal shooting. According to a Glenn County police report, Gregory McMichael first spotted Arbery on foot hauling ass down Satilla. That's hauling ass down Satilla Drive, and immediately thought he was a burglar who had recently been targeting the neighborhood. Gregory McMichael armed himself with a .357 Magnum, and his son grabbed a shotgun. They jumped into their pickup truck and chased Arbery. Police said a third man, identified as a neighbor, joined the chase and jumped into McMichael's truck. And they lying. Esau come out the speaking lies out the womb. Let me just get that. Psalm 58 verse 3: the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, and estranged. Let's look at that word, estranged. No longer close and affectionate to someone, alienated. So they don't care about Jake. I'm gonna give no two fucks about Jake. So as soon as they be born, they speak lies, man. They speak lies. So it says, in the video, Arbery is seen running down the road as a pickup truck stopped in front of him. Says, I guess it's the video right there, but I ain't gonna play it because I already showed you. So, Con, if you want to read it yourself, you can. But that's basically what it is, man. Let's just see the race wars coming into fruition. They starting to manifest. They starting to manifest themselves. And Esau starting to show their true nature. As I showed in a video in a lesson maybe a week or so ago. But let's just get that word inevitable because the title is that race wars are inevitable, certain to happen, unavoidable, inescapable, certain, fated, sure, for sure, predestined, preordained, predetermined. That's what it is, man. It's unavoidable. It's certain to happen. You know, Esau always had that hatred for Jake, man. Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel 35, verse. I'm start from 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, Lord, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, Power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So you see, that they've had a perpetual hatred, man, and it's also a curse. These are curses that are upon us. They don't regard us. They don't care about us. Deuteronomy 28. Where's it at? Slakia. Slakia. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shah shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. They don't care. They just showing their true nature. Because what is that in Genesis 27? When Esau, ultimately it started with Cain and Abel in the garden, but it also happened when Jacob got the birthright, got the blessing. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Is when Esau received his blessing after Jacob, his younger brother. So this is Genesis 27 verse 40. And by the sword shall thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So, you know, Esau always hated Jacob. Esau always hated Jacob. And I believe it's, let me get it in the blue letter. Amos 1. Amos 1 verse 11. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And you can see that even today they keeping their wrath, man. These Edomites are keeping their wrath against Jacob. They showing no pity. Their anger is tearing perpetually. And all this is going to lead to a race war. Going to lead to a race war. And just end it off with this. 2nd Ezra 15. Let me just say, and 15. Second Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So they gonna fight against each other. You know, the Edomites gonna fight against the African Americans, so called, the Negroes, the Judites, and the blacks, so called, is gonna fight against the Edomites. And even even amongst our people, because the Latinos don't know that we their brothers. Latinos don't know that we're Israelites, as well as the Native Americans. But when it comes right down to it, even then it could be we stand up against the so-called white man. But the elect is gonna be good in that time. In verse 16, for there shall be distant among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. But that's all I had. I like to say, Ka Halayim La, Yahweh B'Hashem Yasha, B'Hashem HaKadas, giving all glory and honor to the Almighty Yahweh B'Hashem Yasha, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who were one who taught us truth. Shalom to the sincere brother out there who preached the truth and edifying the brother sister who I share due diligence. And shalom to the elect scattered abroad. Lord willing, this video was edifying to spirit, to the body, to the fold. Until next time, shalom, Kwam Yashala, and Abad Ball.